Welcome to J is for Justice podcast. If live breaking news and following true crime is your thing, then please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like what you see in my videos, please consider giving them a thumbs up. Hello. Let me get my screen up. You guys, we have an active shooter in Lewiston, Maine. Let me get this up on here for you. The shooter is on the loose, and there are some shocking photos, guys. All right, here we go. We're going to go to the Twitters right now. All right, I'm getting the scanner up, so just give me 2 seconds and I'll update you guys. I'm just getting everything. Oh my God, there's 18,000 people listening. Okay. We have we have an active shooter in Lewiston, Maine. These are the photos that the police have released. Confirmed photos of the active shooter suspect reported in Lewiston, Maine have been released. Residents in the community are asked to shelter in place as the suspect is still at large. You guys, this is some scary stuff. It's a dude with a long gun, and this is a bowling alley in Lewiston, Maine. Let's see what else we can find on this. This is scary, scary stuff. There's another photo. Okay, look at this. This is the bowling alley. This is the door to the bowling alley. And look at how his pants are literally loaded down. I'm going to start the scanner. We are live on the scanner right now as well. Welcome, you guys. Everybody in this area is asked to, the businesses are asked to close down. They're asked to shelter in place. And we're going to take a look at where exactly this is in just a second. I've got the scanner going there. Here's some more live reports. Let's take a look. Short one. Here's some more video. People running for their lives. No, he doesn't even have a mask on. Here's that photo again. Police identify active shooter in Lewiston, Maine. Suspect still at large.
Central 6 is on the air to go to PD.
Oh, Heather, I'm so sorry. You have got to be kidding. Everybody send prayers Heather's way. Prayers, thoughts, vibes. It's horrific. Multiple locations now. Active shooter in Maine. Multiple locations in Lewiston. A restaurant and a bowling alley. Number of victims not yet clear. Reports of multiple fatalities. Suspect still at large. Armed with a long gun. There is a citywide shelter in place and no word on a motive. And this is BNO News on Twitter. And then we have, this is the suspect right here, just blatantly shooting up, just blatantly shooting up a bowling alley, guys. A bowling alley. Like a bar and then I guess a restaurant. Let's see what else. Here's the emergency alert. Extreme. Whoa. Warning. Warning. Your ears are going to blow up. An active shooter is located in Lewiston. Avoid the area and shelter in place immediately. Lewiston officials will follow up as soon as the situation de-escalates. 2 active shooter events.
Good evening, helicopter, Boston, that's flight 2.
Good evening, Boston, that's flight 2.
2, we're up with you, we're showing 22 minutes from Lewiston Airport.
There's a lot of background noise on the scanner, guys.
That is correct. Now.
So is Michelle, do you know if there's word that there's more than one shooter or has he gone to multiple locations? That's what I was unclear on. Multiple, like different cities, you're saying. Lucid Moment wonders if this is what's going on with Israel. You know, we have been on high alert. Life flights are in air. All right, we're going to pull up the flight radar as well. Just give me a second here, guys. I've got to change my my feed here. Hold on. I just got to make a couple tweaks and then we are going to get the flight radar up. I have the scanner on right now. I just have to do a couple things. Hold on.
One, your portable's going off. Fiber out on that.
Yes, we have been on high alert. We've been getting
Central 3 is going to have that call.
a lot of warnings. If you guys are just joining, make sure you hit that like button.
North code 30 to 815 Lisbon Street, Lewiston. 76-year-old male, difficulty breathing, low oxygen level, 6 Delta 2.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good. It sounds like it's 2 different cities. But I'm gonna slow the roll in chat a little bit so everybody can talk. The shooter is still at large, yes. We have the live scanner going. All right, there we go. This just started an hour ago. Yeah, literally an hour ago. The first word came through. Active shooter with multiple victims in Lewiston, Maine, shooting at multiple locations. And then Androscoggin County Sheriff's Office says they're confirming at least 2 shooting scenes in the Lewiston area.
Headcom. That's like 5s overhead.
We are advising all businesses to lock down. The suspect is still at large.
Midflight 5 on final.
All right, I'm going to pull up flight radar too. Thank you, everyone that's joining. I'm sorry I can't answer every chat right now because I'm active, but I want to thank everybody that's here, and I'm trying to get the flight radar up right now. And we are watching an active shooter situation going down in Lewiston, Maine. We have some people in chat that have family and friends in that area. So, you know, we definitely want to find out as much as we can for them. So I do see a chopper. Let's see. In Lewiston, there's actually several. Oh, guys, this doesn't look good. There's actually 2 med flights on the way, it looks like. Let me get another window up here. It looks like there's another 2 more, and there might be like a news, or I don't know what that one is, but 2 of them are definitely like med helicopters, medvac or whatever. I'll show you. Nope, that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Hold on. Here we go. And I'll zoom in on it. Let's go over here. A bar and a bowling alley. Yeah. Okay, so you see Lewiston here? There's one helicopter right here that's heading that way. I don't know if you guys can see that good. But Lewiston is actually the blue dot. And you've got one chopper heading that way. And that one is Life Flight of Maine. And then we have this one over here coming from Lawrence, it looks like. And that one is heading, it looks like, to Lewiston. And that one is Boston Med Flight. Boston Med Flight. And Life Flight of Maine is what I see heading to the scene right now. I have the scanner on live. It's pretty quiet at the moment. So we're going to go back to Twitter and see if there's any more footage that we can find, because I'm sure there is. So that came in roughly an hour ago, active shooter. Again, these are the photos. He is still at large, and they want you to call 911 if you see him. But see the bowling pins there? See the bowling balls to the left and the lockers? This is right inside of a bowling alley. And then here is a post from the Maine State Police from 8:39. This is about 15 minutes ago. There is an active shooter situation in the city of Lewiston. Law enforcement is asking people to shelter in place. Please stay inside your home with the doors locked. Law enforcement is currently investigating at 2 locations right now. Please stay off the streets and allow law enforcement to diffuse the situation. If you see any suspicious activity or individuals, call 911. That is the Maine State Police. Let's refresh and see if there's anything new. So, no, as of 11 minutes ago, another shooting at the Walmart distribution center on Alfred. Oh my gosh. This is terrible. This is the guy, his pockets look loaded.
He's on scene.
Copy, sir.
This is the state's second largest city, is Lewiston.
County, Durham Rescue 25. 25.
Be advised, Durham Rescue 25 is committed. I believe we'll be doing some transfers.
10-4, copy, committed. At this time, we do have we pulled coverage from Cumberland County area if needed.
Thank you, sir. Also, Durham is fully staffed at the station.
Oh my God. This person, and I can't confirm this, this is 1 minute ago. This person, Art with a Heart, says mass shooting 45 minutes away from me in Lewiston, Maine. 90 shot and 20 dead and counting. Multiple locations, including a Walmart. Oh my gosh. Is that true? It's this, guys, this just happened an hour ago. So everything is sketchy, you know, details are sketchy. From the Maine State Police, they say there's an active shooter. He's still on the loose. He's still on the loose. $36,000 people in this city. This is the second biggest city in Maine. Somebody knows this guy. So this is what
Flight 6th Street, 10 minutes out from Lewiston.
This is just in. Largest Lewiston, Maine hospital said it.
Could you repeat your traffic, please? You couldn't copy.
They say they're responding to a mass casualty event. State Police, 2 active shooter events. Lewiston issued shelter-in-place order. Businesses asked to close. Andoscoggin County Sheriff. The suspect still at large. Released photos of him with gun. Wine, crime, and mayhem. Walmart employees reported 2 males in a burgundy car.
Yeah, pilot, go ahead.
Brandishing firearms. Moved to a more secure location. This is chaos.
We can look into it. Flight 6, did you copy, direct?
We've got 2 choppers coming in, med flight choppers. They say it's a mass casualty event.
Control from number 9. We are staged in the area of Walmart Distribution Center.
Walmart Distribution Center. Thank you guys for being here. Walmart Distribution
1049.
Lewiston, Maine.
9 from Walmart, command. Right behind the
Sorry, their scanner has a lot of background noise, but this is where we are right here. They're staging at the
Go ahead, Walmart, come in. Try again.
Walmart Distribution Center.
9, bring yourself to the command post right behind the Sabatis engine on Alfred Ford.
We haven't heard any numbers of casualties yet.
Only one med-flight helicopter on the pad currently.
Med flight helicopter.
That is affirmative. There's only one on the pad currently.
They got 2 helicopters heading there, guys. The first number I heard on Twitter, this is not confirmed, is 90 shot. But we haven't gotten any numbers on the scanner yet. We're waiting to hear. I'm thinking there's got to be more than one, right?
Walmart Command, we're on scene.
Chris. It's okay. I just let
Boston Med Flight 2, go ahead.
everybody talk. This is all just coming in.
They're good with you. They're not with the aircraft at the moment, though. We're tied out from the airport.
That's the helicopter you're hearing in the
Med
background.
Flight 2 will show you 5 out from the airport.
Yeah, you will.
Med Flight 2, there is fuel available at the depot, yes.
So this is where command post is going to be, down here at the Walmart. Down here at the Walmart. So do we think this could be a disgruntled employee? Why 2 sites? This is called River Road if you're in the area. The staging site is right off River Road at the Walmart distribution center. So it's River Road. Let's see what this other road is called. Alfred something. Alfred something Parkway. So this is where they're at. It's pretty desolate, actually, around here. Alfred something Parkway. And River Road at the Walmart distribution center. This is the command center. And then over here we are tracking. Look at, there's 2. There's the 2 choppers. We have Boston Med Flight and Life Flight of Maine coming in hot to Lewiston Airport right now. And from what I just read, Lewiston Airport is...
They said it was on Sabata Street.
Sabata Street? They're gathering the command post. I just said the command post is at the Walmart. One of the shootings was at a bowling alley. I don't know the other place.
Send it over to Colisee now.
Sabatis Street. What was the name of the bowling alley again? Hold on. Do you guys know the name of the bowling alley? Oh, there's a third. Now there's a third helicopter heading there, guys. This is bad. Here's some footage. WCSH. The attacker, as of 11 minutes ago, the attacker who carried out the attack in Lewiston, Maine, and injured dozens of people has not been caught. The police are carrying out a major operation. WCSH.
Careful with your mouth.
Life flight 6 from Metro. Life flight 6, per the medical director, could you please stand down?
Paper.
What is it? What's the
Turn back to
local?
Bangor, I'm assuming.
Yes, please, return to Bangor, thank you.
Turning around.
Yeah, it's a little after 9. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Flo. News 29. All right. Thank you, Flo.
Boston Med Flight 2 is landing assured at Lewiston Airport.
Boston Med Flight 2 landing assured at the Lewiston Airport.
News 29. What city?
Shut down.
What city? I got it.
The Med Flight 2 is shutting down.
$19. What are you, Flo? What are you talking about? Let's see. Active shooter Maine. I'll find it. News Center Maine.
The call. News Center Maine's Jack Molman is standing by outside of Spare Time right now, and Jack.
He's outside of the bowling alley. Spare Time.
Rescue 5, clear central.
Yeah, Zach, that's right. I'm across the street from the Spare
Roger,
Time.
85 clear, Central.
Potato, can you do a check on News Center Maine? Do a fact check.
Center. That's one of the scenes that Lewiston police are telling us where they're searching for the active shooter right now. We actually just pulled into there to see if we could get closer.
Semenges.
You can see over my shoulder here, you can see that there are dozens of law enforcement cars there, Maine State Police, different police officers.
From number 9, we are going to be clearing the distribution center. We've been asked by command on scene here to move to the Colisée, as long as that's okay with you. We're just going to follow the fire truck.
What are they doing?
10-4, that's fine.
Don't know the number. Obviously, information is still coming in, and we're early on. It's very preliminary. But, clearly there are going to be some very significant injuries, and I would not doubt that
These people don't know anything. We need to find someone who's actually there. That's what we need to look for now. Lewiston.
Central, we're back in the coverage area.
2 months ago, victims in recent Lewiston
Copy,
shooting
sir.
identified.
Head to base.
It looks like kind of a bad area, no? All right, let's go back to Twitter. It seems to be where we're going to get our updates from. 16 dead, 50 to 60 injured, according to the docket. Oh my gosh. BNO News breaking. CNN reports at least 16 unalived in the Lewiston, Maine mass shootings. The latest, we're just going to stay with these guys. They're getting the latest updates. 16 right now, guys. I don't even know what to say. I'm on Auburn and Lewiston Fire and EMS. Is that where I should be?
Charlie Flight 6 for Medco.
Go for 6.
Just confirming, are you coming into the airport or to Eastern Maine?
Going back to the hangar for Life Flight 6.
Thank you, back to the hangar.
Why'd they turn around? They didn't land. Why is he going back to the hangar? That's odd, isn't it? This one looks like it's still on its way. But that guy turned around. Maybe they don't need him. I don't know. Weird. So the latest we have is 16 people killed in Lewiston, Maine. And let's see here.
It's King's office. Do we have that to pull up for you?
Here we go. Let's get an update.
Here it is. That's Governor Mills' statement saying, I am aware of and have been briefed on the active shooter situation in Lewiston. I urge all people in the area to follow the direction of state and local enforcement. Going on to say, I will continue to monitor the situation and remain in close contact with public safety officials. Senator King saying he is deeply sad for the city of Lewiston and all those worried about their family, friends, and neighbors. He is receiving regular updates and awaits further information. And will be headed directly home to Maine once the Senate's final vote is held tomorrow afternoon. Given the shelter in place currently underway, he asks all in Androscoggin County to allow first responders to address the threat, stay indoors, and report any suspicious behavior to the local authorities. Again, that's Senator Angus King there sharing that statement tonight.
And of course, the local authorities agreeing with that sentiment. Lewiston Police, we're hearing from State Police, we're hearing from Androscoggin County, all saying, please stay off the roads, stay where you are.
There's 36,000 people in here.
Trying to find this active shooter or shooters.
Yeah, and it sounds like that mission is even more complicated.
Cupid, I'm so sorry. How do you know already? How are you getting notified? Channel 19 News.
Sheriff's office. They posted to their social medias at least the ask and help and identifying the person that they believe is responsible, which is that person right there. But again, for those that are just joining us here, you have been looking at live footage and photos from Lewiston, Maine, the second largest city in the state of Maine, following a mass shooting that has taken place. Unsure about injuries and at this point. However, police have confirmed that multiple locations were determined to be in need of a response.
Yeah, CNN. I'm not going to stream CNN, though.
19 News starts now.
I can't just stream CNN. And they're not live on YouTube anyways. CNN, this BNO News is updating us just as quickly as CNN. Oh, shit. Police released new photo 1 minute ago. Police released new photo of active shooter in Lewiston, Maine. Look at the close-up, you guys. This just was released 1 minute ago. This is a close-up of his face. Somebody knows this dude. Somebody knows this guy. Oh, Vicky, I hope everybody you know is safe. I hope everybody you know is safe. We're not going to get straight details. We're going to be following Twitter. So they're saying that there was 2 places Yeah, he does look. He looks very scary, and he doesn't give a shit. No mask, anything. You can't tell what that logo is. Come on. I know. I'm really sorry to the community as well. Thank you guys for being here. Wow, 700 of you that just looked at Koberger's hands. All right, so this is the latest. 1 minute ago, this is a close-up. This is him. This is the shooter. As far as we know, he is still on the loose. I can't tell, like, what is around his neck. Can you guys... Like, what is around this dude's neck? Is he bleeding? He looks like he has curly hair to me. $50 to $60 injured now?
Calm, sir, from 421.
I don't know. I used to think, oh, it's the people, not the guns. Now I think it's the freaking guns. You know, Potato and I talked about this. And Great Britain had one mass shooting at a school. And they took the guns. And I know everybody's going to crucify me for this. So un-American. But they took the guns. And they didn't have another one. It's quite amazing. Check Fox. Okay. I'm doing the best I can, guys. Shelter in place. It's the same thing that we already know. Active shooter, shelter in place. As of 9 p.m., they cannot share specifics on the number of casualties. So I don't know how y'all are getting the numbers. Central Maine Healthcare is coordinating with area hospitals to take in patients. And then here's, oh, what a pretty town. Wow. He's wearing a brown sweatshirt and holding a rifle. People in Lewiston are told to shelter in place and stay inside your home with the doors locked.
Calm, sir, from 421.
Locked.
421.
Maybe I can log in.
Engine 2, responding to 21 Vine, Victor, India, Nora, Edward Street. We have a 72-year-old female having an asthma attack. It is 6 Delta 2.
What is this even about?
Well, I'll let you know.
I mean, there's 20,000 people listening to this scanner. It's got to be the right one. Here we go, guys. We're in.
Lewiston, Maine, about 35 miles north of the Portland
Thank you,
area.
Carrie.
Again,
They're
this
all
is
gonna laugh at
surveillance
you.
footage that was released, and I apologize if I mispronounce this. The Androscoggin County Sheriff's Office saying they are looking for this guy.
This is why I paid for cable, yo.
To shelter in place, and that they are responding
Pay my
to
cable
active
bill.
shooter.
Pay my cable bill.
2 active shooter incidents. We're seeing reports online that there may have been shootings at multiple locations.
Multiple locations.
Again, this location appears to be a bowling alley. In some of the photos, you can see some of the bowling balls off to the left. It looks like they got, Halloween decorations up, some spider webs in the windows there, perhaps families out there bowling. You can see some of the bowling balls there, some of the lockers. Again, we do not have a hard number or a confirmed number on the amount of injuries, but based off what we're hearing from law enforcement, from the governor, from police, and from the hospital systems out there, this is a live look at one of those hospitals.
Thank you for joining,
it
guys.
does appear that there are going to be multiple casualties.
Rescue files on.
You can see doctors out in the parking lot right now. We do not have any confirmed numbers in terms of fatalities, let alone how many people were shot or are being treated right now, but we know multiple hospitals are responding to this, and anytime you hear the word mass casualty incident, that is never a good sign, Sean. So unfortunately, that's all we got right now. Obviously, with these mass shooting incidents, details can be murky as we wait for new information to come in. Sometimes initial reports can be inaccurate, but everything we've just talked to you about is coming straight from law enforcement, straight from hospitals, and straight from the governor of Maine out there. So more details as they come into our newsroom, Sean.
All right, Bill, and I'm checking a lot of other news sources, and the number seems to have settled on 16 preliminary numbers. We are working to confirm that, and I urge people to please listen to law enforcement. We'll get back to you all throughout this hour. Stand by. Bill Malugin, thank you for that report. We appreciate it. Anyway, well, apparently, I think now we're continuing to follow the breaking news out of Maine. Now, there are reports of this mass shooting. The suspect not in custody, as Bill just said, but the manhunt is underway now with more reaction. Fox News contributor Ted Williams. Ted, we see the surveillance footage of the shooter. He's obviously at large. He's obviously dangerous. He's obviously killed a number of people. From a law enforcement standpoint, how do you go about, creating the best case scenario, which is getting him as quickly as possible?
Okay, I have to mute that for a second. Listen, we're going to go and look at Twitter for a second and see if we're getting any new numbers. Holy shit. CNN 5 minutes ago reported as many as 60 people shot in Lewiston and 16 deceased. This man just shot at least 60 people, folks. 60. Probably the numbers will go up. 1007 West Road per scanner. 1007 West Road per scanner. Let's listen to Ted.
On deck. They are in that Lewiston, Maine area. They have the video of this one person that you're talking about here. They see that person as being a white male with a long rifle, or this suspect. The big question that is not answered is how many other individuals are actually involved? Is it just one single individual? So what they're doing is they're trying to find and make that determination. And one of the things that they're using is any video feeds that's in that area. They're also talking to as many witnesses
Ted,
as they possibly can.
Ted,
but what they're dealing with here is clearly, from what all indications are,
Hey, Ted, if I may interrupt you for a second.
In that area,
just mute him.
Fox News has confirmed now the number has gone quite higher. It is now 22 confirmed dead as we speak.
No.
I know. I didn't want to interrupt you, but that just came across
22.
our newswire. Continue with what you were saying. By the way, we now have reportable. Let me give you one other thing, if I may. If I can, reportable per law enforcement, preliminary information is 22 dead, 3 locations, Walmart, distribution center, a bar, and a third location. FBI supporting mobilized Maine State Police are taking the lead investigative role. Possible suspect is now in custody. So we do have some news on that front breaking as we speak as well. Go ahead, Ted, pick it up from there.
Well, one of the things, again, that they're trying to determine, even if they've got a suspect in question, is are there other individuals out there that are also actively involved? As you know, they've asked everyone in that vicinity to shelter in place, meaning to lock your doors, stay inside, let law enforcement do its job. So that's one of the things that's going on. I hope, Sean, that you're absolutely right that there is somebody in custody, because that clearly will tell law enforcement as to whether they're looking at just one single individual or if there are other individuals that they should be on the lookout for during this unfortunate incident here in Maine.
Yeah, it really is unfortunate. We're following the story. Stay right there, Ted Williams. We'll get back to you. Joining us now, we did have him booked for the election of Mike Johnson as the new Speaker of the House.
Who cares? Wow. Okay, so let's see. I'll get you guys up to speed if you're just joining. And if you've been here, we have an update that there is at least 22 that have been killed in the Lewiston, Maine shootings, with as many as 60 people shot. And allegedly, he's in custody. They have someone in custody. I don't know if it's him. I don't know if there's other people. We don't know yet. Mm-hmm. I heard his name was Robert Card as well. And allegedly this is his house. It last sold on August 2nd, 2021 for $420,000 if this is his house. 7-room, 2-bath. Please read building history in the disclosures. Did someone die in here or something? Why would you need to read the building history in the disclosure? Is weird. But this is apparently where he resides. So 7 rooms, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Robert Card driving a 2013 Subaru Outback is what was reported. All right, here we go. JLR's got pictures. Lewiston, Maine shooter right here. Robert Card. He was born in 84. 5'10", 220 pounds, 39 years old, brown eyes, white male. This is bad. Why? I mean, I know that's a stupid question, but why? Why all these people? So this must be him from Facebook. Let's go see if we can find his Facebook. If they've got him in custody, it'll be down shortly. Robert Card, Maine. White 2013 Subaru Outback, but it sounds like they've got him. Date of birth 4483. Rick Pickle even had, look at this. LLHCHL. What is this? What is his t-shirt? You guys. An Army vet? Is that serious? Is that confirmed? "20 years in the Army." How do you figure it's a different Robert Card? It's not. It's the same guy. He just has different hair. Yeah, they're different. These pictures are from different times of his life. Not everybody looks the same throughout their whole life. And there he is. So allegedly, they have one person in custody. We don't know if there's anybody else or any other shootings being reported. But yeah, that is him. It's the same guy. Let's see if we've got anything else breaking. "22 deceased and more injured. Front bumper on Subaru is a different color." Okay. Let's see what the scanner is saying. I forgot I had it muted. Welcome, Facebookers. I forgot we're live on Facebook as well. Welcome, you guys. Allegedly a registered RSO. Ooh. Allegedly an RSO, a registered sex offender. This is Lewiston, Maine, you guys. This is an active shooting situation. 3 different locations. At least 22 deceased, at least 60 shot. It's terrible. All right, let's go back to Fox and see what they're saying. I've got we're tapped into my cable, which is good. I just have to find it. All right, let's see what they're saying.
With your doors locked, law enforcement is currently investigating 2 locations.
We're awaiting a presser, guys. We're going to have a presser soon.
Please allow law enforcement to defuse the situation. If any suspicious activity or individuals that you see, please call 911. Updates to follow. We are also getting reports, Fox has not independently confirmed, of dozens also injured in these shootings. We go back to Bill Malugin for the very latest. Bill, what's going on? What have you picked up?
Well, Sean, right now we're waiting for a potential press conference we're told could be moments away. That's the left side of your screen right now, where we hope we will learn some of these new details and get those firmed up. But yeah, unfortunately, bad news since the last time we spoke about 15 minutes ago. A law enforcement source telling Fox News' Jackie Heinrich that the confirmed death toll right now from these mass shootings are at least 22 people dead so far. Again, in 3 separate locations in Lewiston, Maine. Again, that's about 35 miles north of the city of Portland. We're told those 3 different locations are a Walmart distribution center, a bar, and a 3rd location. The local sheriff's office out there did put out these photos, if we can pull them up once again, of the manhunt. This is the guy they're going after. This is the supposed gunman who appears to be inside of a bowling alley. If you take a look at the signs behind him, the bowling balls to his left, the lockers, we don't know. We don't have it confirmed if that 3rd location of the shooting was a bowling alley, but you can see it does look like he is in a bowling alley there, armed with a rifle. The sheriff's office, when they put these photos out, said they were responding to, quote, 2 active shooter events. Again, we don't know if that meant 2 shooters or 2 different shooting locations. We now know there were multiple shooting locations, but as of 15 minutes ago, they were calling this an active manhunt. They were still looking for this guy. They were advising locals and businesses to shelter in place, lock their doors, stay in their homes. The governor of Maine, Janet Mills, she said she's aware of this incident, has been briefed on it, and urged locals to listen to their local.
Did they lift the shelter in place, or is it still
out there? The
active?
Central Maine Medical Center said they are responding to a, quote, mass casualty, mass shooter event. That's one of the hospitals gearing up to receive patients. You can see a live picture on the right side of your screen right now. Doctors out in the parking lot, police in the parking lot. We have heard some initial reports that a suspect may be in custody. Heavy emphasis on may. That has not been confirmed yet. Other reports still saying that this is an active manhunt with a suspect still on the loose. But you can see on the left side of the screen right there, that guy wasn't wearing a mask. He wasn't wearing a hat. They're going to have a pretty good look at his face. Again, walks in there with some kind of a rifle. That's obviously not a handgun he's got right there. He's got a rifle. He's pointing it, walking into, again, what appears to be a bowling alley. And what we're waiting for right now are some more confirmed numbers, details. A law enforcement source telling Fox at least 22 dead, but obviously we're hearing reports of a lot more injured, potentially dozens times more injured in shootings at multiple locations. Again, we do not know if it was only this guy on the screen right now, one shooter involved, or potentially multiple shooters involved at different locations. We're hoping to learn some of that information at this press conference we're hearing is coming up in a few minutes. We don't know if that's going to be from the hospital or...
All right, so we are waiting. We are on standby for a press conference. Oh, I know. The press conference. The governor's aware. So a mass shooting event. I see y'all. What? Oh, someone deleted you. Do we need a... Fuck off and die. Everybody be nice. We're awaiting a press conference in this mass shooting in Lewiston, Maine. Everybody just mind your P's and Q's. Hold your horses. Hold your water. It's coming up soon. As soon as they go live, we will be unmuted and we will be listening as well. Thank you for joining. Take this moment to give this video a like while we wait for this press conference to begin. I'm gonna actually unmute this scanner. No, I'm not. I lied. I'm gonna go to X and we're gonna see if there's any new videos coming out. Why am I not getting...
out there, but unfortunately this number of casualties keeps going up, Sean, and as we hear more, wait to hear more about potential injured people being taken to local hospitals. We're waiting to get more of a concrete number, but unfortunately it appears a very significant mass shooting has taken place in multiple locations in Lewiston, Maine this evening, with at least 22 people dead. FBI responding, FBI assisting, law enforcement warning people, shelter in place. Mixed reports as to whether or not that gunman seen in the photos is in custody or not. But for anybody watching in the Lewiston area tonight, obviously stay inside, lock those doors, stay safe, don't answer the door for anybody until it is 100% confirmed that that guy is in custody and law enforcement feels there was nobody else involved. But a lot of questions right now, more questions than answers, and hopefully when this press conference gets underway, Sean, we'll find out a little bit more. But that's all we got at this moment here. We'll continue, obviously, checking with our sources, checking social media, and checking local law enforcement out there.
That's what we're doing, too. So let's go back to B&O and see if there's any updates. I am craving popcorn for some reason. All right, so 3 scenes. At least 3 scenes in Lewiston now. And I'm not seeing anybody is in custody here, but
Hey folks, I'm here in Lewiston at
there's a bolo for the car. Thanks, Baloo. Because people were bowling. They weren't on their phones. Brenda,
hey folks, I'm here in Lewiston.
I want some popcorn, Brenda. Why a bowling alley, though? They're saying 3 scenes. We're just going to have to wait for the presser. That's all there is to it. We're just going to have to wait for the presser to get the latest update. Walmart distribution center, a bar, and a third location. They're not saying what it is.
22 people dead, according to a law enforcement source talking to Fox News' Jackie Heinrich. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you for that report. Please stand by. We'll get back to you throughout the evening as we get more information. 22 confirmed dead. Obviously, our thoughts, our prayers with all of the families, all these victims. Joining us now, former FBI Special Agent Nicole Parker. Fox News contributor Ted Williams is with us. Nicole, let me start with you. When you read the words, and we learn from law enforcement, the FBI is supporting, mobilizing, assisting, and the Maine State Police are taking the lead investigative role. What does that mean for the average person that is not well-versed in law enforcement?
So what that means is that this is a shooting that has occurred in a local jurisdiction. So the local law enforcement is going to have prime investigative responsibilities. The FBI is always going to respond when there's an active shooter to provide any assistance. The FBI obviously has exceptional resources, and they are going to provide any assistance that they can. I have myself responded to a few active shooting events in South Florida. This is standard procedure. And the key that I want to share with your audience right now, if there's anyone within the sound of my voice, the key is to stay calm. If you are near or around the shooter, the rule is you run, you hide, and you fight. Your first option is to run.
Hear this?
Get away from the shooter. If you cannot get away from the shooter, you hide. You get behind a cement barrier, anything that you can do to take cover. And if that is not an option, you fight. At this point, we don't know for certain, based on your reports, if the shooter is in custody. Everyone needs to shelter in place. Do not leave where you are. Stay somewhere safe. If you are in an area with law enforcement and you are facing law enforcement, you put your hands up, you raise your hands up so that they know that you are not the threat and you obey everything that law enforcement says. The key, again, to stay calm, run, hide, and fight. But the FBI is going to be there to provide support to the local law enforcement. Sean, this is awful. This is 22 casualties that we know of at this point. This is a very, very serious scene, and there could be potentially 3 locations. Law enforcement has to manage all of them at this point. The first job of law enforcement is to stop the killing. Stop the killing, you stop the shooter. The next step is you stop the dying. 5 minutes could save someone's life. If there is someone within the sound of my voice who has been shot, apply pressure to the bleeding point, and that could potentially save someone's life.
All right, Nicole, thank you. Stand by. We'll get back to you. Back to our friend Ted Williams. Ted, one thing we all know about Maine, it is very rural. There are a lot of areas heavily treed that could provide a lot of cover for somebody, and that therefore creates a whole new challenge for law enforcement. How would you approach that? How is law enforcement going to approach that?
Well, you know, you're right, Sean. It does present a problem for law enforcement when you look at the area in which these shootings have taken place. But with law
so Potato, I want to try to map what you've got going on here. So Google, bear with me, folks. I mean, this is breaking as we're talking. We're waiting for this press conference. There's a lot going on at once, but I'm going to try to put in all these locations so we can see exactly where and how, far apart these locations are. So thank you, Potato, for that. Let's see here. So they were at the Walmart distribution center. They were going to set up command center, and then it ended up being a shooting. Weird. Okay, so spare time recreation. Spare time recreation. Lewiston, Maine. Okay. So we are. Oh, God, look. Lewiston shooting is on here. Look, it's on the Google map. 2 locations. Wow. Is this the Walmart distribution center? Let's see. It must be. Okay, so spare time, and then we're going to go directions to the next place, which is Schmenges, Schmenges Bar and Grill. 10 minutes away, and then we've got the Walmart distribution center.
Conference from local law enforcement in Lewiston, Maine. If you're just joining us, we have now 22 confirmed dead. They've identified what they believe are 3 locations where these shootings took place: a Walmart distribution center, a bar, another undisclosed location. Some have said, our own Bill Malugin suggesting that picture right there.
He went on like a spree, guys.
Bowling alley. Both the FBI is supporting and have mobilized and are assisting. Maine State Police have taken the lead investigative role.
Okay, here, look.
Conflicting reports about one possible suspect in custody, but the local hospitals.
Spare time, Schmenges, and then Walmart.
A mass casualty event. Residents, again, just for general knowledge, have been advised to lock their doors, shelter in place.
See that? It's like he went on a spree. If it was just him, like started at spare time, went down to Schmenges, and then ended up at the Walmart distribution center. So 31 minutes total, a 9-mile span from spare time to Walmart. That's what we're hearing. Hey, Lizzie, what's up? Cupcakes. Yeah, we just looked at his house.
I train in mixed martial arts. I've been a big believer.
We looked at the house, and yeah, we don't know if it's even his. But these are definitely, you know, there's spare time and there's Schmenges. So between spare time and Schmenges is like 10 minutes.
I mean, first of all, Sean, I'll tell you, the world is on fire. I mean, we see it. We see it with wars around the world. We see it in our schools. We see it with.
Oh, I can't with this lady. She's the lady that's running for president. I have to mute her. Let's go back here. We have another Republican debate coming up in November. We're gonna go live and we're gonna watch the GOP presidential debate in November. Just for something to look forward to. So Walmart distribution center, a bar, plus a third location. So why are they saying plus a third location? We heard about the damn bowling alley first. Here's another video. It's only 8 seconds. We have like no footage of this, which is really weird. To me, that's really weird that we don't have like footage of this situation. Isn't that strange? CNN reports the shooting attacks happened in at least 3 locations. We know that. This is bizarre. CNN airs video that shows people fleeing. We saw that. We're going to get their fucking ads. I'm not dealing with that. We'll wait for the presser. We'll calm down. Take a deep breath. I just can't listen to this chick. She get on my last nerve. I just don't see how they're doing a presser so quick. I mean, doesn't it seem quick? So we'll find out, I guess, more about the locations. Do bowling alleys even have cameras? Yeah, I mean, They got him on there, but it's like, how long is it going to take them to get this together? It seems like very fast. Yeah, we watched some footage, but I can't play everybody's footage. You guys got to understand that people like to sue me and copyright strike me. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. If you guys can please give this video a thumbs up. I do today. I'm playing the news today.
Listen.
No, you don't run the place.
Guess what? I do today. I do today.
All right, let's get the scanner back up, shall we? Shall we play a game?
Shall we play a game?
21,000 are listening now, so let's tune in to the scanner while we wait for the press conference. I'll be right back, guys.
Morgan & Morgan is not only American.
Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Morgan & Morgan, you can send my check to me. Thanks.
All 50 states, with dedicated attorneys focused on personal injury, medical malpractice, insurance disputes, car crashes, employee rights, and many others. We have a 30-year track record of getting results for clients just like you. So wherever you are, whatever you need, our firm is ready to take your call.
Morgan & Morgan.
Morgan & Morgan.
All right, we're live with the scanner. Let me make sure everything is good here. And I will be right back. And I'll be back. Hey, who am I? I'm going to show my age. 2 and 2. I'll be back in 2 and 2. Okay, I am back. You can't hear anything because no one's talking on the scanner right now. The scanner is quiet, unlike my voice. I'm never shutting up. We don't know how many locations we're hearing. 2, we're hearing 3. There's some footage up there at the top right. What the heck is that? Looks like we're getting ready pretty soon here to start, guys.
On the roof on 196 in Lewiston, inbound.
You're watching live breaking news on J's for Justice podcast. If you are not subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button for true crime and breaking news.
101, can you confirm which they had hit the vehicle, and then I'll make notification to units over here in Lewiston?
Go nuts.
Looks like they're getting set up now. So we have the looping footage of the hospital, and then we have them setting up for the press conference. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mick and Mel's helping. And then we have the active shooter guy on the left. Robert Card, 2013 white Subaru Outback. We do not know if he is in custody or not. The scanner is very quiet. I may try another channel. Hold on. Let's try the other channel. There's 2 of them. We'll try this one. Equally as many people in both feeds.
It's official.
20,000 in each feed. And we should have that press conference momentarily, guys. Pop a squat, get comfy, because you're going to have the press conference
right to your
live.
$10 off your first.
Just waiting for this ad to finish. We're going to need extra slaw in a second.
Gonna fucking need extra slaw in a second.
All right, scanner is live. Hello, Mr. Scott H. Camera check 1 2 1 2. Yeah, the major news never drops a name until they've checked it like with 3 different ways.
State police, helicopter to ground units. If you have a possible location of a vehicle, we can head that direction if someone can give it to us.
New Hampshire, they were on 196. Lewiston.
I think they're following a car.
Copy Route 196 in Lewiston. Was there a cross street?
There's many. All I heard was inbound.
Copy. We'll follow the traffic that way.
Is that the car? There's the Subaru. Lewiston police ask for public's help in identifying car possibly connected to mass shooting. Let's see what Fox is saying.
Code 99, overdose, CPR in progress.
God bless that person.
Vehicle potentially driven by one of the gunmen or the gunman involved in this mass shooting. And if we can pull up the photo of that gunman one more time, everything we're hearing from law enforcement right now is they still want folks to shelter in place, lock their doors. They're still describing this as an active manhunt. The sheriff's department out there releasing this image of that gunman walking into what appears to be a bowling alley armed with what appears to be some sort of a rifle, and he is aiming that rifle inside of that venue. I mentioned it's likely a bowling alley just because of the what you can see in that frame right there. We don't have that confirmed from law enforcement, but you can see bowling balls to the left. You can see pins on the door. It does appear to be a bowling alley. A grim update we got about 15-20 minutes ago. Law enforcement sources telling Fox's Jackie Heinrich at least 22 people are dead in shootings at multiple locations. One of those locations, a bar, another location, a Walmart distribution center, and then an undisclosed third location. We don't know if it was potentially that bowling alley where it appears this man was caught on surveillance camera walking into earlier this evening. All we know is the sheriff's department put those images out saying they are responding to, quote, 2 active shooter events. Again, we still don't know if or it was 2 locations at the time. What we're hearing now is there was a shooting at multiple locations. Again, 22 dead, and NBC News reporting dozens more injured, potentially between 50 to 60 people. That has not been confirmed by Fox News yet. That is some of the reporting that is out there. What we do know, one of the local hospitals out there, the Central Maine Medical Center, saying they are responding to a, quote, mass casualty, mass shooter event.
Okay, so you guys, you're looking at the New Hampshire State Police helicopter. I believe they're looking for that car, or we're looking for that car, maybe. Do you see? We don't know, Diana, hun.
Calling from engine 7.
But see how it's circled around Lewiston?
Can you give me the number of the apartment, please? Yeah, 40 Walnut, 40 Walnut, apartment 3R, Romeo, 3R. She said that she's outside. She was talking to somebody. We disconnected. Patient's up. Waking up now, vomiting.
So that is the car that they're looking for, as far as we know. This Subaru. We are listening to Fox. Let's go back to them and see what they're saying.
And with these sort of situations, there's obviously going to be more questions than answers as we wait for these developments to come in. We do know the FBI is on scene and assisting the Maine State Police. They're going to lead this investigation. Eventually, once this man is captured or if he's taken down by law enforcement, the ATF will obviously respond. They're going to get their hands on that rifle and try to run an emergency trace. Sean, that's what we got right now as we still wait for a press conference. We'll send it back to you.
All right.
I feel like
we'll
that
wait
is
for that
not
press
the right
conference.
scanner.
Obviously, we'll have it live right here on the Fox News channel. Please stay with us for our continuing coverage. We bring in our friend Piers Morgan. Normally, you and I would personally, on a level, we'd have a debate on some issues, including this issue, which we've discussed, debated
many times.
That's not what's at issue here tonight, because there's so many factors that we don't know.
Right.
The reason, the why, the wherefore.
See, this is just fluff. Fluff. All right, so we have them in. This is the New Hampshire State Police. Is there a boat launch there? I don't know. I mean, definitely they're by water here. They're at the Androscoggin River. Moores Island. They're definitely focused around this area. Lisbon Falls, Ridge Road, 196, Frost Hill Avenue, Golden Road area. He's flying at 725 feet. And now he's heading back up this way. No, the car was not found, but that's what it looks like. They want people to be looking for it. Cavalcante flashbacks, right? Well, hopefully they have their eye on him, but for some reason they're really hanging out at this Andros, whatever, however you say that, this river. And I have a feeling it's going to be a minute until they do this press conference because it seems very quick. This just came in like 2 hours ago, maybe now. I'm going to try to get the scanner back up. They're just doing updates. We will be live, though, when the press conference begins. Probably going to have to listen to an ad again. So just to update you guys, we have the only numbers we have is 22 deceased, Okay, he's live on scene. Let's
targeted 3 separate locations in Lewiston, including a Walmart distribution center, a local bar, and a 3rd location that has not yet been identified. Now, we are told, and remember, this is the early going, so these numbers may change. A lot of numbers when you're talking about shootings, they change, but you can see at the bottom of the screen, we are told that at least 22 people have been shot and killed, and there are dozens more reportedly injured. The number we're hearing right now is 30, and it's possible that one suspect might be in custody. We don't know that because they are putting out pictures now of a potential suspect, someone carrying a gun. We also have not identified the 3rd location. We can tell you that Lewiston, 36 miles away from Portland, as we said, is very much a blue-collar town. It's home to Bates College, roughly 1,900 students there. But Lewiston is really very much a blue-collar town. I want to bring in Bill Malusian, who's live with the very latest on this. And Bill, tell me what you're hearing about the details of the shooting.
Car found at boat ramp.
Trace, I can tell you we're listening in on the police scanners, and right now what it appears they're doing is they're looking for that white vehicle that they've put photos out of just a short time ago. I don't know if we have those photos in just yet, but once we do, we can splash them up on the screen. Essentially, the Lewiston Police Department, a short time ago on their Facebook page, put out photos of what appears to be a white Subaru Outback. And they asked the public, if anybody knows anything about this vehicle, please call us, please email us, please reach out to us, potentially because it may belong to this man here. This is the gunman that the Sheriff's Department put surveillance photos of out earlier this evening. You can see he's walking in with some type of a rifle, walking into what appears to be a bowling alley. In some of the other photos, you'll see bowling balls on the left. You can see some of the pins on the door, apparently some Halloween decorations, some of that cotton spider web on the door right there. When the Sheriff's Department put these images out, they said they were responding to, quote, 2 active shooter events. We don't know if that meant 2 shooters or 2 locations at the time. We have since confirmed from law enforcement sources there were shootings at multiple locations. As you mentioned, a bar, a Walmart distribution center, and an unknown 3rd location. I'm being told we've got photos of that car now. This is what the Lewiston Police Department put out just a short time ago. Again, this is going to be a vehicle of interest that we've been listening on the scanners. They've been looking for this vehicle. They're asking for the public to contact them if they've got any information on it whatsoever, pointing out that the front bumper of this vehicle may be painted black. We know that the Central Maine Medical Center, one of the hospitals in town, posted that they are, quote, responding to a mass casualty, mass shooter event. I'm just getting an update now that Central Maine Medical Center is no longer taking any more patients right now. That would go to the cause of there being so many potential patients. Law enforcement sources telling our Jackie Heinrich at least 22 people are dead and around 30 people are injured at least right now. Again, the latest update we're getting, Central Maine Medical Center in Maine, near Lewiston, is not taking any more patients. What we know now, there is a manhunt underway. The Sheriff's Department and the Police Department urging locals lock their doors, shelter in place. We have no updates from law enforcement about anybody being in custody right now. There had been some scatter reports that potentially somebody is in custody.
He's not in custody.
We've not heard that from law enforcement, and those are the folks we're going to be waiting for that update on right now. And as long as they're telling people stay in place, there's obviously some potential threat going on in that town. So we advise people listen to law enforcement. The governor of Maine advising locals the exact same thing. She says she's been briefed. This is Governor Janet Mills of Maine. She says she's aware of the situation, has been briefed, and is telling folks to listen to their local law enforcement. But Trace, I think the headline right now, police have put out these images of this vehicle that they're looking for. We've got no confirmation that anybody is in custody right now. They put these photos out about 30 to 45 minutes ago showing this lone gunman walking into what appeared to be a bowling alley armed with a rifle. So we don't have confirmation that this car is tied to the gunman in that photo. However, I think it's safe to say this is a vehicle of interest. They're looking for it. They're asking the public to give them any information. They posted this on the police Facebook page, and I can tell you.
Let's listen to the scanner.
NC requesting anybody in Lisbon not to approach the vehicle to set up a perimeter.
I think they found the vehicle. Don't approach the vehicle. Set up a perimeter. I think that's what he said.
Can you make sure our units aware?
I think they said, look at Streamlabs said, yikes. I think they
10 and 30, copy.
I think they said set up a perimeter.
2412. Copy the traffic.
I think they've spotted him.
County, can you try to organize somebody send down 196?
10-17.
Bye, Robin. Good night.
County. Myself and 51 will head down 196.
10-52, have you in 51 shutting down 196.
They're shutting down 196. Do not approach the vehicle, and they're setting up a perimeter. Let's zoom in on this state police helicopter. Yeah, I believe that the helicopter's probably helping spot him or track him down. Because he's really, focused on one specific area here. So they have stopped taking patients at the one hospital. And now they're having to send the patients to another hospital. This is absolutely terrible. This is horrible. And we're still waiting for this press conference.
Only one shooter, the shelter-in-place order would have been let down. It remains, which gives us an indication that they at least believe they are looking for somebody else, or they are definitely looking for somebody else. I want to bring in former FBI Special Agent Nicole Parker. She's a Fox News contributor and former D.C. homicide detective, and bring in homicide detective Ted Williams.
All right.
Go ahead, 19.
For the notes, myself and 8 will be together in the same car. We'll be in the Lisbon area. Mobile.
10-4.
Did he say they're in the same car?
10 and 30 together, same.
10-4.
25, same.
We're going to listen to this for a minute, guys. I'm going to just be quiet.
3334 in Lisbon available.
Several. Can you repeat traffic 10-1?
Somebody has to shut down 196.
No, I don't think he's barefoot. I think he's just wearing tan shoes.
Coming over to Lisbon. I got a Marshall catchment request to join as well.
10%.
So I've had all my friends on the phone with me to make sure they're safe. Until I told them, lock your doors, lock your windows, because you don't know what this person's capable of.
I know it's early, Ted, but when you look at the early going, you look at 3 different buildings, 3 different locations. What do you make of this? Does this sound like a spot-to-spot-to-spot targeted shooting, something else, random?
I can't rewind that either.
You know, Trace, we really don't know. I can tell you at each one of these scenes there would be physical evidence that law enforcement have picked up, like cartridges or bullet cartridges, and they're trying to make a decision as to whether they have one or more shooters. At some stage here, and we understand, Trace, very soon, law enforcement are going to come before the cameras. They're going to be able to give us more information. But as Nicole said earlier, one of the things we want to do is to shelter in place. And anybody that has seen anything should contact law enforcement right away and provide that information to them. But this is such a tragedy when you look at the fact that we're talking about, from what we know, 22 individuals who are dead, and there are possibly up to 50 individuals who, by the way, Trace, are injured. But the good thing about it is they have a photo of the guy. They have a long rifle. Again, we don't know if he operated by himself or with others, but they're also looking for a vehicle. And this is where the public can become engaged and they can help. If they know of a white vehicle or a station wagon there with black bumpers on it, they should immediately call law enforcement.
Tragic breaking news out of Lewiston, Maine this evening. Another mass shooting where at least 22 people have been killed and 50 to 60 wounded in what is being termed a mass casualty event that took place across 3 locations, including a bowling alley. This is what we know right now. The suspect remains at large. Police have ordered residents of Lewiston and Auburn, Maine to shelter in place and to lock their doors. Police also released an image of the suspect holding a long gun entering the bowling alley. You can see here that the shooter
it happens when law enforcement is trying to get information out to the public. We don't know which one of the situations. Hopefully, we will learn something very soon.
Hopefully we will, Ted. Thank you very much. Stand by if you would. I want to point out that we keep seeing these pictures. We should note that we talked about Lewiston, Maine. It is Central Maine Hospital that Bill Malugin was talking about earlier. That is the primary hospital that these wounded people would be taken. It is a level 2 trauma center, so it's a high caliber trauma center, which is very good news for those who might be wounded in some capacity, because we have found in our experience when you have a level 2, level 1 trauma center in the area that the outcomes are much better. And sometimes these smaller areas like Lewiston don't have these big top-notch trauma centers. Apparently this one does. So that at least bodes well for those people who have been taken there. And we are told that a number of people have been taken there. Again, if you're just joining us, you can see at the right-hand top of the screen, Lewiston, Maine. We are now being told that there was a shooter, at least one shooter. It might have been 2, and there might be one of those 2 in custody, and there might not be. We have gotten no information from police at this point. We can tell you they are at least scheduling a news conference. We do not know at what point that news conference will happen, but there are 22 people that police say are confirmed to have been killed in this shooting that had 3 different locations. You see on the left-hand side of the screen at least 30 wounded. That number could rise. All of these numbers could rise. You go back to the most lethal shooting in history in Las Vegas, and you look at these numbers in the bottom of your screen, and we could be looking at one of the most lethal shootings in American history. I want to bring in David Spunt because the FBI is assisting Maine State Police in this. And David, of course, is our DOJ correspondent with some more information on this. David, what are you hearing about the investigation and what's going on?
Well, I just spoke to a senior source in the Department of Justice, which kind of oversees the FBI. Attorney General Merrick Garland, of course, has been briefed. FBI Director Christopher Wray has been briefed. Just got a statement. It's the FBI Boston office that is handling this. That's the satellite office that's working with the local offices in Maine, though at this point we know that it's the Maine State Police and the Lewiston Police that are handling this investigation. A senior law enforcement source told me to be very careful with the numbers of those deceased and those injured because, of course, those can fluctuate. We want to get the best information from the authorities when we is not harming anyone else again. As you noted, there were some initial reports that there may be more than one suspect. At this point, that's not clear. Obviously, authorities are looking for the person in that picture that we see right there, which my source says is believed to be a bowling alley. We know a bowling alley
oh my God, I was
involved
muted.
As one of the locations. So that's where we...
Oh, my gosh. If you're just joining, I was just showing you the pictures, getting an update. Central Maine Healthcare is no longer taking patients. That's how many they have or they're expecting. I was just given a rundown of what's going on. This is Robert Card. He is a registered SO for Child P. He's a piece of shit. But that is confirmed by Lewiston PD to be the shooter.
And we'll pass that along. But the source was very adamant to be careful about those numbers because those numbers often fluctuate. Trace?
Yeah, it's a very good point, David, because we have covered a number of shootings here, and every time they give us numbers in the early going, they definitely change. Sometimes they go lower. It's unexpected, but sometimes the death toll goes lower. Many times they go higher. The number of wounded always tends to change pretty dramatically at the end of the day. David, we'll get back to you as the news breaks. Jump back in. If you have information, we'll put you back on. I want to bring in retired NYPD Inspector Paul Morrow with more information on this. Paul, it's great to have you on here. As you look at the picture on the screen here of the suspect that police believe is the suspect in this shooting, you have 3 locations. We said a Walmart distribution center. Walmart has knocked that down, saying, no, it's not us. It did not happen on our property. May have happened happened near the property.
Oh, wrong guy.
But again, we're getting absolutely no information coming in from police, and then on to a bowling alley or a pool hall, and then to a bowling alley or a pool hall. 3 locations. What's your take when you hear that this person went from place to place to place? It seems like specific intent, Paul. What do you make of it?
So I would offer a couple of things. First of all, one of the hard facts we do seem to have is that a bowling alley was involved. Now, I've been to Lewiston, and it's not a big place. Population is only about 35,000 for the entire town. And my understanding is that if it is the bowling alley in question, there was a bad break here, and maybe it was cognizant, maybe it was not, but this was apparently league night, and there was an advertisement put out that there were no lanes available because this was a night that the bowling leagues all came to the bowling alley to have their games. So unfortunately, that probably meant the place was quite crowded. 3 locations seem to be in the mix. The second one does seem to be a bar. The third one seems to be a little bit vague. The timeline is
And let me just jump in if I can there, Paul, because there is some new information coming in that maybe it was only 2. We said earlier that Walmart came in initially and said, no, it did not happen on our location. So the possibility, and now people are walking this back a little bit, the possibility is this.
We need to chill on all the information. Because I do think it's Robert Card. Okay. But I don't know if he's the shooter. We're waiting for this press conference. It looks like they're gearing up. The media is gearing up for it down there. We'll get the facts in just a minute. Yeah, how can that guy not be him? I don't get it. How is that not him? Or was this guy just playing a joke? See, this is all getting confusing now. Potato, I don't know what I'm looking at. These pictures, are they supposed to be the same guy or are they supposed to be different? Because they look like the same guy to me. And I don't know. I'm not saying it is or isn't, but... Oh, look. We've got aerial footage. Check it. There he is. There he is. They got him. Looping. Marie, be safe. I mean, that's the footage. You're seeing raw footage. I believe. I don't know. They still have this perimeter set up, though. I don't know. I mean, they look pretty relaxed to me. What do I know?
It is he's making here. And, you know, hopefully that he is just neutralized before he does anything further. You know, look, I don't know the nature of the injured. I don't know if they're people that are known to him. I don't know if some of them are law enforcement. We don't know if he was engaged. And, you know, we don't really know very much about this. And so at this point, the press conference is going to tell us a lot more. And as your prior guests mentioned, press conference now, while he's unapprehended, is unusual. And I think the police, right, they know who he is. Yeah. What they want to know now is A, an accomplice, but B, they want to make sure they get the word out. Shelter in place. If you know this guy, don't talk to him, don't open your door to him, and anything that might be helpful to the police, get it to them forthwith, because very clearly this is a dangerous individual.
And previously, Paul, I didn't want to stop you there, but when I was talking about pre-planned, I didn't intend to mean the shooting itself. What I was getting at is, was this pre-planned to?
Oh, shut up. Of course, it was pre-planned. PNP Dynamic. My friend lives on Lisbon Street. She said it's all happening there. Oh, wow. There could be more than one suspect, you guys. This is all actively going on right now. And if it's wrong news, I will come back and let you guys know that it was wrong news. But right now, when things are just now happening, we have no choice but to go on what's coming in. I mean, that's what you have to do when you're following the news breaking. You just got to take it all in. I'm not seeing anywhere else other than on JLR's thing with that video. So I don't know where that came from, but this is confirmed by the Lewiston PD. As far as we know, they're still looking for him.
As a gripe about the bowling league, God help us. Yep. You really hope
they're really
it's not
gearing
something
up at
that's
the
just so
down
low
below
level,
there.
but really there's no motive that explains this. We're going to have to wait and see what he's motivated by, and that is something that what you're going to is important, Trace, because this is a question that the detectives are really asking now, anybody they can, because they want to know, is he going somewhere else? You know, if he's got a particular gripe against somebody and he hasn't found that person, or if it's a group of people, is he going around Lewiston or a related area looking for those people? They want to get into his mind as much as they can, harden those targets, and frankly, take this guy out.
Here's the tweet, by the way, Paul. This is from WGME photojournalist. He's saying, quoting, "We are at Central Maine Medical Center in Lewiston, where an armed security guard just advised us to duck down behind a cement wall, as he said the shooter may possibly be in the area of the hospital." And again, that might be precautionary, Paul.
Whoa.
But again, it might not be, and it would be very unusual if that were the case. Agreed?
It really would be. And it could be something as simple as somebody saw a car that looked like his car.
I don't think it's fake. It might have been someone they didn't know who it was.
So it went out of the airwaves and everybody's being careful.
Right. So maybe they didn't know who that guy was. Maybe they thought it was the suspect. It's not necessarily fake. This is brand new news coming in. We're filtering out news as it's happening. So everything's subject to change. Everything is subject to change.
I think the cops know a lot more right now. State police, Maine State Police, they're a very capable organization. They have the ticket on this unless it turns into a terrorism thing. Then it's going to go into the federal land. But assuming it is what it looks like right now, very capable organization in the Maine State Police. I dealt with them on a couple of things. They know what they're doing. Right now, they're marshaling all their resources. I'm sure that there is an executive in a command post running it. He's got everybody doing what they need to go in the right direction. And one of the things he did quickly, which is a sign of sophistication, is he got an information officer scrambled up to say, stop putting facts together. We have to talk to the cameras sooner rather than later and tamp down some of this speculation. That's a good sign.
Yeah, I want to just point your attention to the lower right-hand side of the screen. You can see
waiting for
somebody
the press
at the podium.
conference.
This is not the news conference, because when that happens, we will take it live. But apparently there is information being given there. They're kind of setting up so that could happen. That could happen sometime in the next few minutes, and that will be very important when it comes.
Yeah, so they're getting set up and getting ready for it, but I mean, it's not looking like the cops are walking in just yet. What's up, Myron? What's up, John Gone Girl? God almighty. I know, this is crazy. What's up, Jammers?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
The FBI is involved in this as well. So the scanner actually did report that they had a sighting of him. We can go back to the scanner if you guys would like. There is now 35,000 people listening to the scanner. 35,000 people. 35K.
With your most loved blouse, layer your favorite tee under a warm St. John's Bay sweater, or add a Stafford sport coat to any of your closet classics. With a few easy updates, you can
loading up the scanner. Hold on, might be a second person per the scanner.
pennies, make it count.
All right, here we go.
The 52 will be going up to check it out.
It's a manhunt right now.
An active manhunt. This person is still on the loose, and that is likely one of the reasons why we have not had this press
51,
conference
is that
yet.
on the side towards Lewiston from the scene?
It's just before the credit union, I believe.
Before the credit union, she said. Thank you guys for being here. Mike Sanner, thank you. He said earlier you asked what they do when a hospital is full shutdown. Like COVID, they have systems in place to reroute to different hospitals and homemade medical shelters. Loud bang heard from coming from back of man's property in portable trailer.
Just seen a search.
Thank you, Kendi. Thank you, Kendall. Scanner's quiet. I'm not hearing shit.
51 County, where else?
Temple 51.
The bolo on the pickup has vet plates according to the scanner. Second possible suspect.
Team veteran 6109 Adam 7. Team veteran 610987. The black F-150 with truck hat and it has its own. It's here at the scene. They claim there's assistance for someone.
Black F-150. Black F-150. Yeah, I said thank you. Thank you, Marone.
226109 Adam 7 on a Brown 13 Ford F-150 to a Ronald Richardson at Rangeley. Subject has PFAs against him in 3 sets of boat conditions. 10-3.
Ronald, what was his name? Ronald, type it in chat. Driving around with no lights and hazards.
22, did you copy? 22, your traffic is very 10-1. Repeat.
Your traffic, please.
6109 Adam 7 on a Brown 13 Ford F-150 to a Ronald Richardson at Rangeley. Subject has PFA against him and multiple bail conditions.
Ronald Richardson. Ronald Richardson.
51 to 10. Good. 220. We're crossing the credit union. I'm doing some open storage units. C1, he's just back out of there. I'm for him. Quite a ways away from them.
Look at this. Maine man arrested after brawl between in-laws. 2019. 2 family members went to hospitals Monday night after the 2 men got into a brawl at a Route 27 residence, which ended in the arrest of a 24-year-old man. Why is this not loading? Ronald D. Richardson, 24, was arrested on charges of domestic violence, aggravated assault, domestic violence, criminal mischief, and violating conditions of release and taken to the Franklin County Detention Center in Farmington. Richardson was accused of being the primary aggressor in the case. The attack became very... Oh, boy. I don't know if that's him, but that's the first thing that came up when I put Ronald Richardson, Maine, is this guy. This guy. We were told there's 3 different locations. Let's go back to Fox News for a minute.
To terrorism or not. It doesn't sound like it in this case, but again, I don't think we know enough about it at this point, and whether it's just a local issue of it, some individual having issue with, a number of folks there, or there's something more. So there's still a lot to learn. I always caution not to jump to any conclusions based off this, but I think it's really important that the officials are trying to get as much information out there, because it appears as though they need some additional help trying to understand who this individual is.
And it's interesting, Chad, you bring that up, because we don't really know enough about this to say, we don't know if the motivation behind this was anything but, just vengeance. Who knows what the motivation was? But when you talk, I'm coming from Jerusalem right now, and we are in the midst of a war here in Israel. There is clear.
Look at those people freaking out. It's so scary. Scanner got quiet too. I don't know. What are they doing over there? Doesn't that look like a Walmart or something? What is this place? Oh, that's definitely, that Richard guy is not the same guy as the other one. No, they're different people. I don't even need to put them side by side. I can tell they're not the same people. I think there's two people. That's what my gut feeling is telling me, that there's two peeps. Oh, that was the bowling alley. I think it's going to be a minute until we get this press conference. Look at Jammers coming in with the stats. State police, helicopter on radar. Yeah, we have it up on the screen. You've got the state police copter showing the path up on the screen. We've got Fox News on the left waiting for the press conference, and we've got live scanner. I can't give y'all much more than that. That's all I've got tonight. That's all I've got. For the record, Your Honor, good evening, good afternoon, good evening. I mean, just, I want to know more, like, did this guy work at one of these places? It's okay, Biznatch. Did he work there? Did he, have a grudge with someone? What's the motive for doing something this horrendous? I mean, we know at least 60 people have been shot. At least 60. That's bananas. At 3 different locations. So we have, let's take a look at the map again. We see them circling around this area. But if you take a look at this shows you what happened here. Or not what happened, but the route. So, shit. Shit. All right. So you see at the very top is the bowling alley. Hang on. Schmegma bowling alley or whatever. Spare time recreation. Sorry, spare time. And then we have Schmengi's bar. And then we have the Walmart distribution center. So all in all, it's a 9-mile stretch from 3 locations. I agree with you. I agree with you, Sam K. So at the very top is, like I said, spare time. And then you go down to Schmengi's, and then down a little further is the Walmart. So I don't know what his dealio is. ABC 3340 is live now. I don't know what that is. I don't know what ABC 3340 is. Brit. Hello, Miss Megan. And then we've got the United States, New Hampshire police circling near Lisbon Falls. Near Lisbon Falls. And as far as we know, they haven't caught the suspect or suspects. There could be more than one. We haven't heard shit about 4 shooters. I mean, I'm just being honest. We haven't heard shit about 4 shooters. We've heard possible 2. Nothing has been confirmed, and we're following closely. All right, there's your chopper. See the chopper we've been watching for the past 2 hours. We're going to go back over to Fox. Let's see what they're talking about now.
Reporting what looks like a suspect vehicle or what might very well be the suspect vehicle, but we can tell you that police know exactly who this is, and they are doing a social media check to find out exactly what his intent might or might not have been. Did he leave a message? Paul Morrow was saying this is a suicide mission. Did he leave a message? Did he leave any indication? Let's go back to Nicole Parker and Ted Williams. Did he leave any indication is key, Nicole Parker, that he was going to do this, that there was any kind of suspicious activity that might have led up to this?
Right. So now that they have the name of an individual that they believe is the suspect,
we had it first,
right.
guys.
They're going to go back and they're going to be scrubbing all of the social media. They're going to be identifying who this person is, family members with, friends with, starting to contact them, reviewing their text messages, anything that they can get, any electronic communications that they may be able to detect. Did this person have a grievance? What was it about today that caused them to carry out this most heinous act? And like you've mentioned before, right now it is a local case. If they get into investigating it and they determine that there's a link to any form of terrorism, then it will go to the FBI. Right now they're working hand in hand. And right now the number one concern is apprehension of the subject and neutralizing the threat. And until that occurs, that is their number one priority. But again, always behind the scenes, there are analysts and other law enforcement officers that are doing a full scrub on this individual. Who are they? And again, determining the motive is important. Like, Paul mentioned, Paul Morrow.
I feel like they've already scrubbed it.
Is there a certain reason that he went to the bowling alley? Does he have an intent of going somewhere else? The behavioral analysis unit of the FBI will be heavily involved in that later on. But right now, it is to determine where might he be going next if he is not in custody. The pictures that the media is showing are so important. If anyone knows this person, contact law enforcement immediately and provide any tips or information that may be helpful.
Okay, we get it. It's just a bunch of fluff on those channels, is it not? All right, we've got the scanner wide ass open. There's 50,000 people listening to the scanner, and it's quiet as a mouse. It's quiet as a mouse. But let's zoom in. It seems like this helicopter has really narrowed down a circle here. There's Lisbon Community School in this area. Let's see what else. This is going to be Lisbon Street, Paper Mill Road. I think that's where the boat launch was. School Drive, Farwell Street, the Lisbon town offices. All this stuff. This town, Lisbon. So just south of this, like southeast of Lisbon. Yo, Maine girl, it's right down the road from you. Do you hear a lot of sirens? What do you hear going on, Maine girl? Yeah, they're on a private channel now. Their media search will find my search for his name. Oh my God. Police said go to Trailhead. They're taking over. Wow. This is crazy. I can't tell where the Trailhead is on here. But it really is. It's going in the same circle over and over. They just did a reverse 911 to the citizens in the area. Donna Wheeler says he kind of looks like my ex. Oh no, Donna. Say it isn't true. Let me try the other. They have 2 feeds going. Let me see if the other one has any talking on it. Auburn and Lewiston Fire and EMS. Sushi's got it playing live too. Sushi's got us covered.
Files are cracked.
State Popo took over the scanner. Armored vehicles have just been deployed in Lewiston. It is scary, Maine girl. Just stay with us and stay calm. We got you. We got you. Holy, that was loud.
Let's say 402 on deck, Central Maine.
Hello, Miss Robin. I'm just reading what's in chat. State police are on it. Tube England is putting in some information.
Well, you're a little scratchy, but I can copy you overall. 10-4. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Yeah, and it means that there's still some kind of a danger. So everyone that lives in that area needs to just stay put. Who's GH? Make sure your doors are locked if you're in that area. They set up a field hospital at the Armory.
That's fine.
Thank you guys.
That's like 5, go ahead.
Thank you guys for all of
That's
the
like 5,
info.
we're back up with
I thank you for the help tonight. We'll see you back on this med flight.
Thank you, Shelby Ray. There's our chopper that we're looking at on the flight radar in the sky. They're just looping the same stuff. Yeah, I don't think the scanner is going to tell us much, guys. We're going to have to wait for this press conference. Kendi says, that's Ted. Ted's hollering again. He's great, though. He was at the Moscow, Idaho press conference as well. Tube England. Thank you for all the info. I'm going to go through and read your comments, Tube England. Found what appears to be his booking sheet. Inmate ID FCJ 2516. Who's this for? Franklin County Sheriff's Office. Not military active. They say he's retired military. All off-duty medical staff asked to please return. Wacky Wagners, I hope your family is safe. Make sure they're locking their doors. Richardson Ronald, thank you, Tube England. Let's go take a look at Twitter again and see if we have anything new. Scanner is really silent. 80 injured now. 80 injured now. According to law enforcement, Card recently reported mental health issues to include hearing voices and threats to shoot up the National Guard base in Saco, Maine. The subject should be considered armed and dangerous. He is a trained firearms instructor believed to be in the Army Reserve. Oh my gosh. Stationed out of Saco, Maine. According to law enforcement, I already read that. He was committed to a mental health facility for 2 weeks. He was committed to a mental health facility for 2 weeks during summer of 2023 and subsequently released. This is a total mental health breakdown, guys. Oh my God. He was last known in the white Subaru with a black bumper. Last known address is 941 Meadow Road. 941 Meadow Road. Wait, what's the town? Shit. Bowdoin. (941) Meadow Road. Here we go. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 800 square feet. Last sold in 2008. Let's see. This is 941 Meadow Road. Does he have children? Wow. This is from 2013. I don't know if he even lived there in 2013, but this is the house. It's literally in the middle of nowhere. Cornfields all around. Fucking mailbox on a chain. But that's his... And this is in 2013. I wonder what it looks like now. Zoinks. All right, let's go back here. His Facebook is gone. And this is him right here. This is his driver's license picture. And this is not the RSO either. That's a different person. This is not the RSO. Ha, Shell. Is it the military causing the problem or some of the people that are attracted to the military? Maybe a little bit of both. It looks like they're zeroed in on him, guys. Look at the flight radar. Police are looking for a second vehicle to a possible second suspect, a black pickup truck that has been circling Sabattis, Maine with the hazards on. That was the last. Hold on, let's see what this is.
Yeah, I said run, dude. The shooter came through the door, we heard the smash, and then we heard it, and we're like, what the fuck is that? And they're like, run. Yeah. Shooter's at the door.
I thought somebody saw him or something.
They smashed the door. Something happened.
Security guard was safe, though.
Guess so.
Yeah, I said run, dude. The shooter came through the door, we heard the smash, and then we heard it, and we're like, what the fuck is that? And they're like, run. Yeah. Shooter's at the door.
I thought somebody saw him or something.
They smashed the door. Something happened.
It's so scary. Yep, Robert Card. It's all over now. Look at this, off topic, but Idaho statesman. Missing man found dead in chimney a month after tenant heard cries for help. What the fuck? So 22 confirmed dead with 80 others injured. Suspect at large. Let's go into this Twitter space. I've never done this before.
Two possible gunmen. Were those confirmed to be local Leos going door to door checking on for?
They never stated if they were.
I know what I'm doing. Stuck. Oh my gosh. I don't want to be on
verified and up-to-date information because law enforcement are working as hard as they possibly can right now on multiple scenes, as well as calls from legitimately and justified afraid citizens who are calling in everything and anything that they see as the suspect remains outstanding.
Is there a scheduled police conference?
We're expecting to hear from law enforcement once they have a suspect in custody and or have transported all the injured and accounted for all the fatalities, reaching out to next of kin.
Hey, Roz and Breaking, you're more than welcome to remove me as speaker. I'll continue to listen in. That way other people can have a chance to speak.
You guys don't need to say that. If they want to boot you, they will.
Yeah, we're just in with a lot of requests right now, so if we do remove you by
yeah, you
that way.
You can move me down too.
All right, I just left that because I don't know what they're doing, but everyone's just waiting for this press conference. I mean, that's basically where we're at with this. And thank you guys for being here, and thank you for all the kind words in chat. But this is the latest. We have the Maine State Police attempting to locate Robert Card as a person of interest regarding a mass shooting incident at Schmenge's Bar and Grill and the Spare Time Recreation in Lewiston. He's a trained firearms instructor believed to be in the Army Reserve. He recently reported mental health issues, to include hearing voices and threats to shoot up the National Guard base in Saco, Maine. Card was also reported to have been committed to mental health facility for 2 weeks during summer 2023 and subsequently released. Card was last known to be operating a Maine registration 9246 PD, a 2013 white Subaru Outback with a black bumper. The subject should be considered armed and dangerous. Caution should be used if contact is made with Card or the vehicle. And he is a 40-year-old man, Robert Card. Active situation right now. This is live look at the hospital. And we're still awaiting that press conference. That is your update. Thank you, Jog and Dog. MK Ultra, says Sean. Love you too, Deborah. Thank you so much. God almighty.
Going to the clinker, the big house.
What's up, Nils? After they ban everything, they'll realize they'll still kill with their bare hands. Not mass killings. Fox reporting he may have a police scanner. That's a big surprise. Well, they went private with it, so let's go back to Fox News and see what's going on.
If you are shooting people in one place and you are getting in a car and you are driving to another place, by the time you get to that second place, the whole world is on the first place. There is a stand down alert citywide. Is that fair? I mean, are we looking at this the right way, or is 10 minutes a brief time when you're talking about these types of crimes consecutively?
We're talking about a small town. We're not talking about LA or New York City, so things are very different.
Still 10 minutes.
It is, and it's a long time away. That's where a second person that probably was a shooter might make sense, but that's why we need the proper information, and that's why I assume that the police aren't going in front of a camera, because they want to give the right information, not have people speculate, not have people get nervous, but at the same time, they don't want to look dumb with not having the facts in place. We also don't want to speculate and say automatically in the times we live in that it is a terrorist situation, because that could spark other things. We have to worry nationwide that there's a copycat, that now somebody that's mentally ill in another state is watching what's going on, is going to get...
Oh my gosh. Okay, according to JLR, source just told me from Maine Medical Center Level 1 Trauma that there is now 27 deceased. Media reports have death toll at 22, but 5 passed on the way to the hospital. Unbelievable. I can't believe there's no one live. Like, there's no one, like, there live. All right, let's go to CNN and see what's going on. See if I can't get this to play, huh? It should load up for us. Bear with me, folks.
A dozen. It was a couple dozen.
Oh no,
more
it was
than that.
more than.
Here we go. They got witnesses
It
here.
was definitely more than a dozen. I'm so bad with something like this,
Yeah.
but I mean, in the video you see a lot of the people off to the side too. They did kind of pile off to the side. Most of what you see in the
What happened? They're definitely not letting me show it. It's a black screen, isn't it?
none
We
of
can
them are
listen.
coming out, but after we did see some people with as we were actually leaving the scene, we did see somebody that looked like they had blood all over them. We couldn't tell if
Oh my
if that
gosh.
person was injured themselves, but definitely the person in the middle of this person and another, they were helping her.
Wow. Hold on. I gotta close this. All right, here we go.
I'm not sure, kind of helping them, and they were bent over a little bit, and it looked like they were actually bleeding from like their stomach or somewhere in the front area.
Did you see any of the people coming out of the bowling alley carrying anyone?
Not that I can recall. I mean, it's all kind of a blur. I wasn't really taking in a lot of the details. I honestly did not think that this was going to be as big as it turned out to be, especially not going all through Lewiston the way it has.
Nicole, what did you tell your daughter who was with you? I just can't imagine as a mother how to make sense of it and to relay that to a child.
What's up, Cater?
We have open dialogue, you know, so we talked about it. She was definitely scared. She's like, you know, she started crying. She's like, this is a scary world we live in, Mom. And I'm like, I know. And, you know, my older kids were talking about getting backpacks for the bulletproof backpacks, you know, because it seems like there's always some sort of threat at the school. You know, it's just starting to be stuff like that gets real when something so big happens. It's like, okay, yeah, it really could be our school next. So we came home and she wanted to lock up right away. We locked up all the windows, everything. I do have a firearm, so it made her feel better to know that I was carrying it around and had it all ready to go. She was scared somebody was
flight
gonna
is
come
the
into our home,
police.
and I told her you gotta remember that odds could be so slim for that. So try not to worry so much, but I will do whatever I can to make you feel better.
She's probably in
meantime,
shock.
too.
Whatever you can to do that. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And just, are you getting alerts on your phone locally right now about any
Yeah.
updates about whether they have found this person? What kind of alert are you getting right now?
So not that they've found him, that they have identified him, who he is. As far as I know, I think he's still at large. We've just been getting the alerts that go through telling us to shelter in place, to stay home and be safe, you know, just kind of alerting us to the fact that it's still going on. Like, it's not safe out there right now.
Nicole, Wyman, Arel, thank you so much. I'm really thinking about you and your daughter and just trying to, as everyone is, process this in real time. We've just shown on the screen as well a photograph of the suspect who has been identified.
He's not caught.
He's on the screen right now. Thank you so much, Nicole.
He has
for
not
taking
been
the time
caught.
to help us try to understand.
They did send
what has
out
taken place.
reverse
Everyone,
911s.
look at the picture on your screen. Police officers are looking for more information. If this is somebody you know,
Thanks,
or
Shelby.
recognize, or have any information whatsoever in this very fluid situation, we are going to be covering every single angle and bringing you everything you need to know. We're going to take a very
Thanks so much, guys. Let's see. This is what the source in Lewiston says. Hello, what is the current death toll? 27. 5 passed on the way. Patients can currently being stabilized at Central Maine Med and will be transferred to Maine Med Portland for further care. One shooter is what they're getting right now. They're getting one shooter.
Custody. Then they'll start to look at the ideology. So while analysts are analyzing his social media, detectives are out talking to family, friends, looking for tips. They're conducting a search on the vehicles that you've identified. All of that is coming together, and tips are coming in from the public and from what they're learning now. But the first objective is to stop this individual from doing any more harm.
Yeah, I think that's a good take. I wonder, Josh, as you go through this, if
Thank you so much.
If you take anything away from the locations, from the pool hall, that you have people inside, it's both a restaurant and a pool hall, and then a bowling alley that's 10 minutes away. anything that strikes you, that jumps out at you, Josh, about why these locations and what somebody might be trying to achieve by going into these locations?
Was that him?
At this time, Trey, we don't know. We don't know if this person is mentally unstable.
Yeah, we
if
do.
World events triggered this, or
We do
family events
know
triggered
he's
this.
mentally unstable.
Again, I go back to first
News
objective,
Center,
stop
Maine.
him
Thank
from
you,
doing any
shits
more
and
harm.
giggles.
As the investigation goes on, we will learn what triggered.
Okay, what is it? Thank you so much, shits. Oh, good night, Mike Sanner. They know who he is, but they do not have him. He's got a scope and all this stuff. News Center, Maine. Is that on YouTube or? I got to get something to drink, so. News Center, Maine. Thank you, Scott.
To come back up towards the end of the road. So we went down Frost Hill Ave and we had to come back up to this junction area. We were up kind of staged in when I first talked to you guys up by that gas station. And we've just been instructed to leave. And it was kind of like, you know, we were told, do with the information what you will, but it is not safe. And so we have crossed the street down the road a little bit to Lisbon High, and that's where we're situated for now until we hear anything else.
Hannah, you mentioned Lisbon Street, major throughway, that's closed off right now. We're seeing some cars move behind you. Are cars?
Let's see. Was she like close to the scene earlier?
And I urge all people. Saw several dozen.
I feel like we were watching this before.
Looking for tonight.
Yeah, on what their plans are, but all of this is happening right
There's
here
that
in the center
school.
of Lisbon Falls. You have the town of Lisbon police who are on scene here, sheriffs. We've seen ambulance, fire. Really, speaking to Lee, what you said earlier, the response has been pretty remarkable to see in the wake of this devastation. So not sure what's going on, but I will say that when we first got here, the first thing that Sam and I noticed was a helicopter in the sky. If it comes back by, we'll show you, but shining a light down. So clearly there is a large presence here, and we'll continue to keep you updated as we learn.
Active manhunt.
The activity there. Suspect, we want to pull that picture up for you again if possible. This is Robert Carr. Take a look at your screen. 40 years old. He's the person police say opened fire at those two locations in Lewiston earlier this evening. If you see him, police say he is considered armed and dangerous, so do not approach him.
Lock your doors if you live in this area.
I want to read this statement too from Senator Susan Collins. We mentioned that
Chels, thank you for that.
Delegation has been completely keyed in on
Guy,
this, but
the
she
Richardson
mentioned
guy
that
is not
as our
a
state mourns
suspect.
This horrific mass shooting.
So
we
do I,
appreciate
Miss
the support
Robin.
We've received from all
My
across
long
the
sleeve.
country, including the call
Get it
I
in the
received
merch
from
store.
President Biden offering assistance. So the president clearly
36,000 people in the town. I'm gonna go grab
has
something to drink,
offered
guys.
their
I'll be right back.
assistance in this investigation. A lot of agencies involved in this tonight.
Absolutely, and the president also in touch with other members of Maine's congressional delegation, including Senator Angus King. So this is having an effect not just here in Maine,
came
but
to say
across
hi
the
to you
country
guys.
this evening. I also want to point out that Bates College in the Lewiston Auburn area is in lockdown right now as well. We're hearing about some police activity there too. We'll, of course, as soon as we get more information about exactly what's happening there, we'll keep you updated as well.
Thank you to everyone too who has been sending us updates and video from what they see from their homes. Obviously, very, very active throughout Lewiston this evening. We're seeing police cars in multiple areas, and we know there's definitely a heavy police presence outside of Central Maine Medical Center where a lot of these victims have been taken. We know that at least one patient was being taken to Maine Medical Center in Portland, which is where they can handle a little bit higher levels of trauma. Obviously, Central Maine Medical Center obviously set up for trauma as well, but I'm sure they're overloaded with the number of people. We saw the crowds standing out there waiting to hear anything.
Yeah. Tough night indeed. I want to see if we have that video from outside of Central Maine Medical Center, but I also want to bring us back to where this all started. I don't know if we have that video ready. This happened again on a Wednesday night when folks were just gathered after work for some bowling leagues out at a restaurant, when police say this man, Robert Card, who was captured on surveillance video there, entered the bowling alley and then apparently the restaurant at some point. We don't know the exact timeline. They're also looking for that white Subaru Outback you just saw. You can see people just running from the scene.
This is spare time right now, or it was a few hours ago. That was, that area was certainly cleared out. We definitely heard from Mary Ellen Davis as well, who happened to be at the senior center across the way. She was with a knitting group. They were evacuated by police. We know that in that area of Lewiston Way, there in Lewiston, there are a few restaurants, and like you said, Zach, Wednesday night you have families that are out. You had a bowling league that was at spare time recreation. A lot of people affected by this, and we even heard even in Auburn across the bridge, there were restaurants and bars that were going into lockdown. There were kids who were playing hockey at the rink in Auburn who had to stop playing, and parents had to come pick them up. I mean, a very scary situation in both communities this evening.
I used to be on a bowling league as well, Flo. I know. Look at Mama and her
so
banana.
We're gonna actually hear from Mary Ellen. Chris Costa spoke to her earlier. Take a listen to that.
The police stormed the building when we alerted them to the fact that one of the back doors had been left ajar. So we were told,
hi, Damien,
quite sternly to get out of the building. There were about as many police officers in the building as there were knitters.
Oh, wow. Is this a big building?
Seniors Plus?
Yes.
No, it's just a one-story building. Fortunately, almost all the lights are motion censored. So if anybody had come down any of the hallways or something like that, we would have seen them coming long before we would have heard them.
Okay.
So
they evacuated you from the building to make sure that.
Right now, because we're outside.
And they are checking and they're clearing
Sorry,
every
can you
single
say that?
corner. And if they have a suspicion that there may be a potential threat in that hospital, they have to clear every single ounce. It looks like they're approaching maybe a parking garage, going up the stairs.
You're watching live footage right now in a parking garage.
Nothing is off the table if there's a potential threat. Maybe this individual did go back to the hospital and is a threat, but they have.
Katie, if we can we take Nicole out? Sorry, I'm sorry, Nicole. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I'm just watching it live just as y'all are. And like we said, it looks like if there's a potential threat, they've got to address that threat. They've got to go in there and they've got to check every single thing. I know when I responded to the Fort Lauderdale airport shooting, it was a similar incident. We had to check, our SWAT teams came in and they checked every single parking lot, every single stairwell, every single portion of that airport was checked.
So they don't know where he is.
Potential threat, it has to be checked. We had similar incidents when I've been in active shooters where they thought that there was another shooter and everyone dropped to the ground. I've been there before. I've been through this. In my instance, there was not another active shooter, but everyone has to be on high alert. So in this instance, if there is a potential threat, they have to check every single nook and cranny and make sure. So we'll see what they find. But law enforcement is doing the best that they can to contain the situation. Anyone that is there needs to stay calm and take cover. If you can get behind a cement barrier, that's the best option.
Yeah, and I just wonder because there's clearly a helicopter flying above. They are taking this very much to heart, Nicole. And I wonder what happens as you're inside the building now, because we know, at least from police, the numbers they're giving us, that 30 people may have been taken to this hospital. That means that a number of those people are now in surgery. And you and I both know, and Paul Morrow, please join the conversation, but we all know that the way this works is when they go in, it is a nook and cranny check, right? You go room to room, you go enclave to enclave, you go floor to floor, making sure that people are clear, that the suspect is clear. In a hospital, you don't have that liberty. You can't just walk into the operating room. You can't just walk in to certain parts of the hospital. So it makes this thing much tougher to navigate, Nicole.
Well, I think that if there's an active shooter in a hospital, they will be going to every single room and they will be going into every nook and cranny, regardless of what is going on, because that is their job, is to protect people from a potential shooter.
Yeah, Paul, you share that belief?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to do what they have to do here. God forbid that they're too tentative about this and the guy actually is there and he's back because he's looking for somebody specific. They're going to go floor by floor, probably from the ground up, They're going to do everything they
apparently
can
reportedly
to isolate
a trained
particular
firearms instructor believed to be in the Army Reserve. Now, that's according to law enforcement sources in the state. What do you make about this new development?
Well, the price of poker just went up. The fact that he's trained, got military training, and a firearms instructor, that just not ratcheted up the threat level quite a bit. That means he's trained in evasive movements. He's trained in combat. I don't know what his combat experience is, but the fact that he is a trained individual, that makes it much more dangerous.
Down corner where they're going, and so that they're shrinking the areas that they haven't cleared little by little. It's just common sense. But you know what, Trace, you put your finger right on it.
This firearms and has the training to go with it. That means that the threat level is increased.
I want to bring us back here on camera for a moment and also take a live look at that podium. We're still waiting for police to give us more of those details. I want to get to a point that you made earlier on in our conversation, talking about kind of the end game when it comes to this person of interest. He's killed
Look at my
so
cat.
many people so far. This
Look
could
at
be
my
a
cat.
possible suicide mission. When
She
police were
passed
looking
out
out
like
for
that.
him,
Look at her.
Is it possible that he could already
Passed out
have
in
a
the
next
banana.
plan to escape, maybe changing his appearance? What do you think is going through the mind of this suspect, or person of interest, rather?
Well, since he initiated this event, he's got an end game in mind. This took planning. This wasn't a spur of the moment thing. He armed himself heavily. I was looking at what he was wearing. He appeared to have extra magazines in his pants, which would, indicate a protracted, what he believed to be a protracted event. So this situation, as it develops, is increasingly dangerous. What is his end game? We don't know, and we won't know until it ends. Very often, as I said,
So profound.
these things end with suicide by cop or their own suicide.
The worst possible place for this guy to be. I really hope he's not there. Again, I go back to what looked to be unusual interest in the car, the white car that seems to track to the description that we were told that was in the foreground. So that may be what they're going off of. But on the other hand, remember, we did have some indicia of a second car being in the mix here. Mix here. We had some reporting that helicopters were circling in an area outside.
Public safety here in Maine. We truly do appreciate your patience and your partnership as we work with all of our partners across the law enforcement spectrum at all levels, local, state, county, and federal, to address and investigate these violent crimes that occurred in the city of Lewiston this evening. As you know, this is an experienced group. We won't have a lot of Q&A here this evening. This still is very fresh. It's new. It's new for all of us. And our focus is on the investigation and getting this right the first time. And we're doing that with our partners. And we do appreciate you putting out information from time to time. Moving forward, we would appreciate it if you got that information from us so that we knew that it was accurate. And that is incredibly important for all of us from an investigative standpoint and from a public safety standpoint, that we have a unified front with this information as we release it. The delay in coming here with you now is simply because we want to confirm information from our end. We want to make sure the information we're giving you and the information that goes out to the general public is accurate. So we do have some information here that we will release. It is here on the podium. And this is a general caution to the public that approximately 6:56 this evening, a couple of shooting incidents occurred here with multiple casualties in the city of Lewiston. And police are currently searching for a Robert R. Card, 4/4 of 1983 of Bowdoin. Card is considered armed and dangerous. He is a person of interest, however, and that's what we'll label him at moving forward until that changes. If people see him, they should not approach Card or make contact with him in any way. The shelter-in-place order that currently stands in Lewiston remains. A vehicle, which was a vehicle of interest in this incident, was located in Lisbon And we are now also asking residents in Lisbon to shelter in place. So please share that information with communities as well. If anybody sees Mr. Card or has any additional information reference to these two shootings in the city of Lewiston, please contact 911. If they see anything suspicious, please feel free to call their local authorities. We have literally hundreds of police officers working around the state of Maine to investigate this case, to locate Mr. Card, who again is a person of interest and a person of interest only. And we'll continue to gather information so that we can bring the suspect to justice and ultimately seek prosecution down the road. This release also includes a photo, which I believe I have seen from various sources. I would also let you know that we have created a reunification location, and that would be at the Auburn Middle School, so in the neighboring community of Auburn, at 38 Falcon Drive. Again, that's the Auburn Middle School. And when I say reunification center or location, what that means is that if somebody has a question or they have a concern, they can't find a loved one, they believe that a friend or a family member may be involved in what occurred here tonight in Lewiston, that they could respond to that location. We will have some of our behavioral health liaisons, counselors on site, and we'll also be providing information as it becomes available to us. As you can imagine, and as you know, there are multiple scenes in the city, to include multiple hospitals, multiple follow-ups, a lot of witnesses we're speaking with, and a lot of leads. The general public has been very cooperative and very forthcoming with information. So I would expect if we have additional information, we'll be happy to come back and share it with you. I know that from the city of Lewiston standpoint, probably going to close City Hall after this briefing and probably move everybody out. But again, we appreciate your partnership and your patience. I would offer to take questions just so you know that I probably won't have answers. And as long as you know that going in, there's no disrespect intended in that. Feel free to ask a couple, and if I think we can get there, then I'm happy to answer those. If not, we do have work to do on behalf of our communities, and that's our primary focus this evening.
There are many specific figures about casualties are out there. Sheriff Sampson told me up as many as 20. I just wanted to give you the opportunity to set the record straight on that.
Yeah, I do appreciate that. And I know that there's been a lot of numbers out there. This is a very fluid situation. So the last thing I want to come up is give you a number and then 3 hours from now change that in one direction or another. So I don't have firm numbers on that. And when I do, we'll be happy to share those with you, because it's an important piece of healing and it's an important piece of information for all of us to be aware of. But I don't have a firm number on that.
But at least 16, right?
I think I just answered that question to say that I'm not going to give you any specific numbers. And there's been a lot of numbers all over the map all evening. And I don't think that that's helpful because it doesn't help family members. It certainly doesn't help the community to see, well, they just said this and they said that. So if you want accurate information, I'm prepared to give that to you when I have it. I don't have that right now.
Does the suspect have any known criminal history with law enforcement? And is he someone who's been on the radar of state police or local police, to your knowledge?
Well, Mr. Card, who we're speaking about right now, is a person of interest and a person of interest only, right? I'm not listing him as a suspect at this point, and we're not prepared to go into his background or anything else that we may be aware of. One more question?
You're only looking for one shooter, correct?
We're looking for this person of interest right now, and that's what we'll label and list and speak about at this particular moment. When we have additional information, I'm happy to share that. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Again, thank you for your time. And I know Assistant City Manager O'Malley will make arrangements, I think, to move everybody out of the building. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
We have to keep our powder dry here. Hope that this.
You do not want to create any unnecessary scares, but it is very important that you shelter in place. If you're in the area, you need to make sure you remain in your house, you remain behind cover, you do not go out and about. And if you ever have any contact that you think may be the person of interest, do not approach, and you call 911. The other thing that's important that he explained, and it's a very important part of this process, and it's a very difficult place to be, is the Reunification Center. You know, Trace, when there's an active shooter event and a mass casualty event, there are those that witnessed what occurred. They were there at that bowling alley. They were there at that bar or wherever the crime scenes may have been. Law enforcement designates an area that is away from the shooting event, and that is where they're allowed to reunite with their family members. There are people that are extremely concerned for their loved ones, and that is a place where you can go, that you can reunite. And that's also a place where law enforcement will likely be conducting interviews with those that were there, that were present. The witnesses.
I don't see a lot of people getting brought in.
What their accounts are very important to law enforcement right now, what they saw, what they witnessed. And that reunification center is the beginning of, for some of these individuals, the healing and accepting what just occurred and accounting for who was there and who has not been accounted for and who is injured, who is in the hospital. I can tell you, for those that don't know where their family member or loved one is right now, you know, there is a location where you can go. Maybe your loved one is in the hospital. It is not known, but I can tell you I've worked active shooter events, and that reunification center is a very, very important part.
What do you make of the location of the car, Nicole? Because now they're saying that Robert Card's car, which was identified, was found in Lisbon. And Bill Malugin was talking earlier how there was a very heavy police presence up in Lisbon, and that's where they found his car. It's a few miles outside of Lewiston, and you see that the car is found in Lisbon, and then you find out in the same news conference, or you find out from the live pictures, that there is a heavy police presence at the hospital. Is there still a possibility that this car might have been taken by somebody else, that they might have the wrong car, Nicole?
You know, Trace, there is a lot that needs to be unfolded and to be investigated. And again, I want to always be careful. As a former FBI agent, I can tell you that there were things that were reported in cases that I worked that didn't end up being accurate. So I always want to err on the side of caution. But you're right. I mean, at this point, anything could be possible. But law enforcement, I guarantee you, they got air surveillance up as soon as possible. And they tried to, you know, track that individual. There's license plate readers. There are different ways to track that vehicle. If it was a vehicle of interest for the person of interest.
She don't know.
That vehicle is very, very important. And the fact that they're, again, checking the hospital could be because someone said, hey, I think that there's a potential threat here, and they're going to go in and check it. It doesn't necessarily mean that that vehicle matches the person of interest. It just means that there was obviously a complaint, a concern, and they are going to be making sure that that hospital is safe and protected. Those are the individuals that are fighting for their lives right now. The last thing that they need is for the subject or person of interest to be approaching that hospital. That is sacred space, and they need to get the medical care that they need to save their lives right now.
That's why they're doing it? Come on. Do you guys believe that?
The police clearly do now that Robert Card, the man they are looking for, was a firearm instructor, as Paul Morrow kind of pointed out to us. So if he's got the information, they clearly have the information. Does that change the way you approach any kind of contact with this person?
Well, obviously, any violent criminal with a firearm is extremely dangerous, but someone that has been trained in firearms,
you think so?
You know, they obviously, you need to treat all bolos are, you know, be on the lookout. You've got to treat them all. They're all armed and dangerous. But again, someone who has massive firearms training is going to know a lot more than someone who is not as skilled and technical with firearms. You know, they're going to be sending in their SWAT teams.
This is all obvious shit.
Trained individuals. I wouldn't be surprised if the hostage rescue team from the FBI came on scene or other special, law enforcement teams.
With a massive,
these are the finest and the brightest.
You know, I can't even stand this. I can't stand regular news anymore. It's all just like bullshit. It's all just bullshit. We're so spoiled. We are so spoiled here on YouTube. Getting our news from YouTube, we have gotten very spoiled. I want to see if that other news channel is still live. News Center, Maine. Here it is.
Since we first heard of this situation, and we just heard from Michael Zoschuk, who said the situation.
He said a whole lot of nothing.
Around 6:56
Bonjour,
tonight. You can imagine
Nancy.
6:56 on a Wednesday night.
Thank you, Bonjour, Nancy. You're very welcome.
At the bar, at the restaurant,
appreciate
at the
you.
bowling alley, just off of work, trying to relax with friends, probably family, and then the unimaginable happened. And I don't want to overstate that it wasn't just those people necessarily. It was also the entire Lewiston area that got that alert on their phone, right? And was sheltered in place wherever they were, whether it was a grocery store or a hockey rink, getting that message on their phone and not knowing what was happening. Obviously,
I mean, there's legit,
terrifying.
there's legit just people sitting. Look at the people just sitting out front. So are they just, is it really just a, formality? Good night, Potato. Thanks for staying up with us. It's so late there, or early, should I say. So maybe it is a formality, because look, people are just coming and going. Like nothing. Where are the victims? I don't know. I haven't seen any victims getting brought in. Getting brought in. I haven't seen any victims brought in. It's really bizarre because we haven't seen any ambulances. We haven't seen any. All of the gurneys we've seen have been empty. Not that I want to see bodies, but where is everybody? 80 injured? We ain't seen one gurney, one person on a gurney. Auburn Middle School will have a health specialist tonight for anyone needing help. Thank you, Awakening Time. Thank you, Michelle Caudill. Thank you. Cute dog. The hospital's full, but we didn't see anything earlier either. It happened around 7:30. We were live at 9. I think I've been live for almost 3 hours now. Carrie, thank you so much. You're so welcome. Some say they always say false flag. Yeah, the victims would have been brought in a long time ago. Yeah, Biznatch. Zip thy lip. Well, right now they're showing live look at the hospital, but they're not taking any more patients apparently. So right now it's almost midnight Eastern time. Guys, all those people that have to gather at the center to find out about their loved ones. It's heavy going to sleep thinking of that. Yeah, 3 hours. So they got full and then they started diverting them somewhere else. It does feel like a movie. The hospital's in lockdown. Yeah, but people were just walking around freely just a minute ago. It was just weird. But, not everything is as it appears when we see it one camera angle on the news or... My cat is literally snoring back there. She loves her banana. She loves a banana. I'm not sure we're going to get anything else unless they capture this dude. No, he's not in custody, Casey. And hey, John Gone Girl. And they had no information. I do believe they were planning on doing a presser and then maybe lost him. I don't think they know where he is. Let's see the flight radar. Let's see what's going on the flight radar. I'm getting tired. It's time for me to go lie down. Go to sleepy poo. No, I really am tired though. Flight radar. Why was I looking at flight radar? Look at, there's nothing in the sky anymore. Did they get him? Look. There's not a damn thing in the sky. No choppers, nothing. Unless it had to go refuel. Or did they catch him? No, we watched the presser. It was really stupid. No, it is. It's a cat bed. Oh, look, look at her now. Oh my gosh. You guys, I have to blow this up. Look. Look at my cat back there. Look. Look at her. She is tuckered out back there. Look at her. She loves her banana. Just the same 3 pics as Daniel Frederick. Nothing more. Nothing more, nothing less. I know, I need to go to bed. I'm tired. But this is really, really, really bad. I'll be checking the news and looking for updates. Reunification Center is Auburn Middle School. For those in the area, stay safe. Keep your doors locked. All that good stuff. I know my kitty's in her banana. She's like, I want to go to sleep. Elon looks jelly. Yeah. Look at her. She just loves it. It's so funny. The best part is she just loves her banana. It's quite amazing. She's a cutie. All right. Well, everybody get some sleep. We will keep you posted. We'll check the latest in this overnight and in the morning, and we will update tomorrow. But also tomorrow, we have Brian Kohberger is in court tomorrow. It's recorded, and then we get the feed. So make sure. No, I didn't. It's not Poland. Talking about. Nice try, but that's not Poland. But anyways, tomorrow we'll be streaming that as soon as we get it. So make sure you have your notifications set to all. And again, hit this like button. It helps me get in the algorithm, and it's a free way to support. Thank you so much. It was good seeing all of your faces. Excuse me. It was great seeing all of your faces in chat tonight. Stay safe. If you're in that area, please lock your doors. Please stay safe. Check on your loved ones if they live in Maine, and take care of each other and yourselves. I'm out. Good night, guys. Dance it out. I'm going to roll some credits because you guys are so damn generous. Shits and giggles, thank you so much. You guys are so generous. I got to run the credits. See you guys tomorrow.
You and your problems, I don't give a damn. You talk way too much, I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. 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 You wanna be with me. You wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling differently. You're making plans to get to France, but don't wanna face the fact that I ain't got time for that. Staying up late, wait a minute, something ain't right. Buying new shoes, hanging by the pool, sipping on Coke and Jack.
Listen.
No, you don't run the place.
Guess what? I do today.
Thanks so much, Jennifer.
You guys want one Jennifer or two Jennifers?
Hi, Jennifer.